Right, today I'm coming with a video about trends, not specifically in 2020, trends that are trying to creep their way back into 2020 and don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I will be giving you about roughly like 10 trends from a few years ago, last year. There's a few, quite a few are from last year, and there's a couple that are from like a few years ago. Those are the trends that definitely should not be coming back in 2020. Those trends are...
they're just not it, not a vibe, not it, not vibing with them at all.
Do I want to say vibe one more time? No. Right, so the first trend. The first trend is... actually, I have my laptop here with a PowerPoint. Am I ready? Yes, I am. So, first trend. Right, this is a trend that... it was a... I'm not saying it was a bad trend. It wasn't one of the baddest trends. And it's not like it's going to be the end of the world to come back in 2020. But it just shouldn't come back in 2020. And that is the mini bags. I don't see why they would be coming back unless it's for a red carpet or like a very special occasion that you don't even need to bring your phone. Which for me is always... it's very weird how some people just don't bring their phone to like red carpets or like special events. I'm like, if an emergency happens, how are you gonna like, you know, call ambulance or like call a police? Lizzo in, what was it? 2019, the American Music Awards. She wore a Valentino small bag, perfectly matched with her Valentino orange ruffled dress. It just matched. It was it. I lived for that. I lived for the bag. And the amount of memes there are on Instagram, Twitter, there are a lot of memes. So I just don't think that bag is very useful, and it's very impractical because it's very small. It's cute. I got that idea, but if you think that costs $1,000, like $1,000, in between the thousands, for this small bag that you can't even put anything in it. Anyways, second one. And that's the crochet trend. I mean, what can I say about it? It's not very... it's the crochet trend. I just don't like that pattern. Not pattern, but like I don't like that kind of like material and like the way it's done. If you know what I mean. I will put pictures up. But I don't like how people style it. And many people wear a crochet like overall. You know when you go on the beach and you just see those like girls that are wearing the overalls that are crochet and they have like bikinis on. Not a vibe. Oh, it's not. I'm not vibing with it, and it's not. It's something that should be, you know, non-existent. I am off the crochet trend. Definitely in the bin, like in the bin deep down. That should not be, you know, pulled out anytime soon. At least in the next 10 years. Next trend is... right, this is just a thing that it is the midi length skirts. Personally, like a ton of women wear midi length skirts, and when I see it and it's not paired well enough for me to like it, it just bugs me. It bugs me in another way because it's not the length is neither a small skirt or like a mini skirt or like the long skirts that like, you know, go down to your shoes and to like past your ankles. That is just above the ankle, like your ankle. This is the ankle. The skirt goes here or sometimes goes like between the knee and the like ankle, and it's such a weird and awkward length. For me, it's just not it. You either wear the long skirt or the short skirt, or like the skirt that goes to your knees, but there's no in between the knee and the ankle. It's very old-fashioned as well, and it was a 1990s kind of thing. Don't need it back in 2020. It's been nearly 30 years, and I don't think it should be coming back at all. So that's just my opinion. You know, if you want to listen to it. Oh, that's my neighbour. Let's go to the next one. Right, this one gives me major Gossip Girl vibes, and that's because Blair Waldorf, and if you know this, what I'm talking before I say the trend, you are a true queen. You are a true Gossip Girl fan. She's well known for it. Blair Waldorf is well known for that and has always been wearing it. I don't even know if there were any scenes that she was not wearing that particular accessory, and now you would probably know. And that is, I repeat, that is the iconic Blair Waldorf padded headband. I cannot stress enough, this I have seen not quite a lot around, but I've seen it enough to say that it's not a trend that should be coming back. Gossip Girl, when it was filmed, I don't know when it was filmed, it was like 2010-ish, maybe like later, maybe earlier than 2010, can't remember. But it's very old-fashioned as well, and it's very childish, like that kind of padded headband, especially with pearls and sparkles and like different colours. Like, be my guess if you wanna wear a headband, but particularly myself, I would not wear a headband. I would not wear it anyway, but I would not wear a headband that's padded with the stuff. Like, make it as minimalistic as possible. Make it like one colour and just one thing, and not padded, please, because it's not it. It was back then when Blair Waldorf and the whole Gossip Girl was, you know, it was very popular. Now it should not be coming back in 2020. We're meant to be progressing forwards, you know, not going backwards. So yeah, that's what I have to say about it. I think outdated and not a vibe. That's what I've put down. Next, this I will get criticism. I am telling you right now that I'll get the most criticism I have ever had in my life. This is another accessory that is worn by men and women, boys and girls and children. I actually wore that. I'm such a hypocrite. I have worn this particular accessory, but when I was a child, and I remember that. I remember it was blue, and I think it had something. It was like a whale on the front or something. It was very childish, but I wore it when I was a child. So that just is telling you something. And this is the bucket hat. So the bucket hat is an iconic statement, an iconic piece of accessory that it was very big in 2019. Let me tell you, all the festivals people were wearing in England. It was everywhere. It was from Chanel to Dior to, I don't know if Gucci had one. I don't think, maybe Gucci had one. Burberry had one for sure. It was everywhere. People were enjoying it to the max. But I don't think it should be coming back in 2020. It had its time. Now it's time for a new hat to be coming out, or a new accessory. That just, the bucket hat, never been a fan of. One, you look like a nonce wearing it. I look like a nonce wearing a normal hat anyway. Imagine me with a bucket hat. I don't think anybody wants to see that. So, if you have a, you know, a rounder face and you put a bucket hat, you're just gonna look like a tomato. Straight up, you're gonna look like a tomato. I'm so sorry, but it is what it is. So, personally, I don't think people with round faces should be wearing bucket hats. Oh, here we go. People with round faces will be coming for me now. It was it in 2019, probably earlier as well. Actually, you know what? I read somewhere that the bucket hats were mainly used by rappers in like 1980s, 1990s. It should have stayed then and there. Like, it should not have been coming back anytime soon in 2019. Definitely should not be coming or like, you know, developing again. Especially paying a load of money for a bucket hat. Cannot see it. I'm sorry, but I cannot see paying like 2,000, 3,000 for a bucket hat. My opinion, yet again. Anyways, next trend. Right, this is see, I thought about whether I should put this one or not. Now when I think about it, it's impractical like the bag. But it's not a bag. It is the sock shoe. The sock shoe, you know, I'll put it here somewhere. The sock shoe, I live in England, and if I buy that shit, I'll be wearing it for like max 2 months. And like probably not even the whole of the 2 months I buy it for. Because, hear me out, it rains 24/7 in England. So if you are thinking of buying a sock shoe, don't, because it's going to be a waste of money. Everyone had a Balenciaga sock shoe. It was a trend. I'm not feeling it anymore, just because, one, like I said, is very impractical for English weather. If it rains, well, your toes will be wet. Am I speaking facts or am I not? It's not my vibe. And it's not, it should definitely not be a 2020 vibe at all. Next trend that really bugs me, and actually no, that's a very, very big understatement. Bugs me, it's not the right word. When I see people wearing this, or when I see it in the shops, this trend, it hits a different nerve, and that is the square toe heel. I think that it had its time when it was originally, did I say? I couldn't find when it came out. Like, I couldn't find if it came out in like the 90s, not 90s, 19,000s or like 18,000s. It could be like earlier. I don't know when it came out. But that shoe should definitely not be coming with us in 2020. I know it's already May. It's nearly half the year. But it should not be appearing for the rest of the year at all. Just because it's very ugly and there's far better like open toe shoes. Plastic, even the plastic shoes, which I'm not a fan of. The plastic shoes, closed toe shoes, like with the point. Everything's better than a square point. For me, it's very ugly. How can you wear something that has like a square in front of your toes? Like, it's just a square shoe. It's basically you're wearing a brick, but not a brick, but kind of a brick. Do you get me? Probably not. Because if I see you wearing square toe heels outside and it bugs me and it hits that nerve, I will personally burn them and buy you another pair of shoes that you want, but anything else but just a square toe heel. That's what I have to say about it. Not a vibe, never have been a vibe. Just looks ugly. End of. Period! Right, next one. That is the oversized jeans. Oversized jeans for me, fine. It is an okay trend. It is an okay pair of jeans. But, and there's a big but, there is a difference between a straight leg jean and then a pair of jeans that you can actually fit two people in them. That is not okay. I have seen so many men, when I say so many men online but outside as well, which you can fit two people. I've seen so many men just wear something that is so too big for them. And I'm like, you have a nice structure. You have nice legs under those jeans. Why do you have to like ruin this? I don't get it. I don't get why you have to wear jeans that like triple in size for you. Don't get it. Personally, if I can fit myself in with you in the jeans, it's not okay. If you don't like the skinny fits on your legs, which I totally understand, I'm that kind of person sometimes, I'm like, no, it's not today, it's not a vibe, give me the joggers. I would go for straight jeans, or I think there was another pair of jeans that is like, just a bit, like mum jeans. Why not go for mum jeans? In the olden days, there was not skinny jeans, there were never skinny suits, there was nothing skinny. Every man wore something that was twice his leg. I'm like, no. We're in 2020. Please keep up to date with what's relevant right now, you know? And there's many different options that you could be trying out. That's what I'm trying to say. No hate. Right. Cycling sunglasses. That's the next trend I want to talk about. It is an iconic thing if you wear... Oh, it's not an iconic thing, but they're just iconic because so many celebrities have worn the cycling glasses. You know, the ones that you look like a animation character from an animation movie. I think we need to give them back to the cycling people because they need them. They are the people that are in need of the cycling glasses, not us. People who don't cycle don't need them. If you don't cycle, don't wear it. Right, next one. And this is the last one. This is the last one I have to talk about. Personally, this one is up there striking a nerve with the square toe heels. This is another shoe trend. It is the Gucci slippers with fur inside, and for me it just looks like an animal has crawled into your shoe. I mean, is that a vibe or not? You tell me. I even prefer you wearing socks with sliders and going outside than wearing this, because it's not a vibe and it's not cute, it's not fashionable. Don't start me on fur as well. I just think it's a trend that, yet again, does not need to be coming back in 2010. But yeah, take it or leave it. Please comment down below if you like any of these trends and if you want to continue wearing it in 2020, or if you agree with me and you don't want them to be coming back for the rest of the year. I mean, no, none of these trends need to be coming back. I'm gonna conclude the video here, and I think that these trends are the trends that should not be coming back. So please do subscribe. My links for my social media will be around somewhere or down below or both, but I mainly use Instagram, sometimes Twitter, Facebook. I am new to it, so that's all from me for this video. Peace out.